On this episode of Fly Fishing Unfiltered, we cover the must-have gear to keep you warm and dry on the water this winter. From essential wading safety tips to clever tricks for keeping your core temperature up, we've got you covered so you can focus on fishing, not freezing. We've covered literally everything on the body, but there's a few other hacks or tips and tricks and things that we need to cover today. And so the very first thing I want to cover is falling.
Yeah, sucks.
Because it does happen and it does suck. So in the winter months, we want to stay out of the water as much as possible.
We do.
You and I were just waiting the other day on the Deschutes, and
we made it. We didn't have any falls.
I know. I kept looking back at you. Like I had a couple times where I was like, whoop, 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 and I'm like, oh shit, I'm going in.
Benny's was rough.
Yeah, Benny's was rough.
Yeah.
But we're out there. We're having a good time. We're wading in water like that constantly in the winter months, and so I want to talk about some of the important things that we can do to give ourselves the best chance against Mother Nature. And I'm going to start kind of from the bottom and work my way up, and then we're going to cover a couple of other things. So first and foremost to me,
definitely
good waders or good studs.
Yeah, for
sure.
Must have.
Studs are a must have, as you said. Now we all from time to time will neglect our studs.
Oh,
and I've seen some of your guys' studs
They're not
on the water, and it is not really a stub. It's more of a nub.
Yeah.
And
I might as well just like hot glue dimes to my boots.
Exactly. So I want to encourage those of you who are listening, check your studs. Don't take this for granted. If they are rounded, they're worn out, it's time to chuck those things in the garbage. They really are not serving much of a purpose. In fact, I think some of them, when they start to wear down, it makes it worse. There's actually nothing to grip into the rocks or the basalt or any of those things. So check your studs. Make sure that they are fairly new. That is a super low cost of staying dry, and you can get a lot of seasons out of studs. I want to talk about a couple different studs, specifically one stud that is like a game changer for me. And I have pulled out all of my Sims studs out of my Sims boots, and I have switched over to these Orvis. They're called the Posi grips. And I'm going to tell you, these studs are absolutely incredible. In fact, I think they're almost at sometimes too sticky and too grippy.
Wow.
Round rocks, these things literally are like cutting into the rock. And I'm going to be a big supporter of this in this shop. Change out those Sim studs, change out your studs. Don't go cheap on your studs because they're going to save you from a terrible day on the water.
Yeah. I mean, it's only $5 more than 20 cents.
Yeah. Right. Anything that studs that you want to touch on that?
Oh, no, just check them. Definitely have them. There's the bars I don't love. Some of the disc ones I don't love. Some are a little too tall.
Yeah.
You feel like you're it might look good, but then when you get on dry rocks, it's like ice skating, and you're like, wait, what's going on here? I can only walk in water.
Yeah.
No, I think that's it.
So studs are a must-have. All right, next thing.
And go slow. Just in general, everything's slower in the winter.
The fish are slower.
Yeah, everything is. You are.
Yep.
Take it slow. Be careful when walking.
Completely agree.
And
so
speaking of that.
Yeah, while we're talking about walking, let's talk about wading staffs. And I'm going to tell you kind of my thoughts on wading staffs. But yesterday when we were out with the Little Leafs and we were talking about, what's that hole called that run?
Benny's Riffle.
Benny's Riffle. This was a miserable place to wade.
It was really bad.
And if I had a third arm or a third leg or whatever you want to call it, it would have been a lot easier and a lot safer to wade. So let's talk about wading staffs.
I swear Sims change their wading staff every year.
They do.
And I like this one the best.
This new one is by far the best.
I think I gotta get this one.
Yeah.
They keep getting a little better and better. Wading staffs really do help. They're not intended to put a bunch of weight on, but like they really do help. I suggest anybody that comes here, anybody over 40, get a wading staff. I've stopped using mine, but it's usually just because I'm out with clients. I got to help them. I end up moving faster, but I practice a lot. I'm in the water like every day.
Yep.
But these things truly help a ton. And the main goal is you don't want to go in. So get something like that.
Yeah.
Also remember that a lot of people getting in and out of my boat will like break it all down and put it back in here to get in the boat or get in your truck. Nah, man, just unclip it, throw it in the truck or throw it in your boat and get out. Like this thing goes out and you put it together, leave it like that all day, and then put it back when you're going home.
Is it okay if you and I differ on something from time to time?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
like
love that.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
always have to get along. I'm actually gonna say if I use a waiting staff, I don't leave it all put together. And the
Really?
reason for that is when these are put together and I'm fishing a run, I'm out steelhead fishing or I'm out trout fishing, what do I inevitably have? Current, right?
Yep.
And when I have current, this damn thing ends up tangled between my legs
Oh, yeah,
and
it's in the
annoying the crap out of me. So for me, if I'm gonna use a waiting staff, and I'm gonna tell you, I personally don't use waiting staffs, but if I'm gonna use a waiting staff, I am going to put it back in the sheath. It's going to clip to our waiting belt, right? So it's going to be
tight
on our hip.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I wade out to my spot, I break it back down. I put it there so that I'm not having something tingling up in my legs.
Yeah.
Because if something tingles up in my legs, my odds of falling in are increasing.
Yeah.
I do totally understand what you're saying. For those that don't mind having something, bouncing around at your feet, that's okay. I'm going to tell you, though, I don't like waiting staffs in general. I don't like things on my waist. We're going to talk about waiting belts here in a moment and the necessity to do those. I have had a complete flip and shift in this myself. But I don't like having extra things on my waiting belt and having a bunch of bulk around my waist. It annoys me.
You got a hack for putting two things you might need together?
I'm gonna give you my hack for doing two things at once. And that is, everyone needs a net, right?
Yeah.
We love these Orbis nets, by the way, because this basket is just absolutely incredible. We did a video on that.
Yeah, for sure.
But everyone's got to have a net, right? Because hopefully we're catching fish.
Totally.
And if we're catching fish, we've got to have nets because it's tough to land them appropriately without it. I personally love long-handled nets. And the reason for that is... number one, I can reach out, I can net a fish for a client, I can net it for a friend, I can net it for myself a little bit easier. Scoop that, makes it a little bit easier.
Rattlesnakes.
Catching rattlesnakes. Catching rattlesnakes. The reason I really like the long-handled nets, though, is it is a 2-in-1 for me. It becomes my waiting staff.
Oh, totally.
So I flip this, and I've seen you do this as a guide. I flip this upside down. And now this becomes my waiting staff. Most all of our waiting belts nowadays have a spot to be able to connect our nets to not have them then tingling at our feet. I typically, though, what I will do is once I've waded out to my spot, I will just take this and I will tuck it right into the back of either if I have a pack on or my waders, I just tuck it right there into the back of my pack or waders, and it allows me to then quickly be able to pull that back out. If I'm going to land the fish, drop it back into place. I've got nothing at my legs, I got nothing at my feet, but I'm able to use this as a waiting staff and a net all in one. So that is kind of my hack, and I know you as guides, oftentimes I see you out there walking around. And
I hand them to clients too when they need help, or 100%. I gotta hold one person's hand and I give one the net so they can have something. It really does make a difference.
So by the time you've bought a net, carbon fiber is the way to go on these nets because of the weight and not having to fiddle fart around with something that's heavier. But by the time you buy a net and you buy yourself a waiting staff, you might as well just buy yourself one thing that does it all, a long-handled boat net that serves the purpose of landing your fish and getting you safely to the next spot.
100%.
So we talked about the studs and the waiting staffs. Now let's get to the absolutely critical thing in the winter months. And guys, I'm going to tell you, this is something that I have had to learn the hard way. And I wish that I was smart and wise and learned the first time or maybe the second time.
I don't do that.
Or maybe the 10th time. But I haven't. But I have now. And that is the power of a waiting belt.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something different. Yeah, I learned this last week.
Yes.
Yeah, I wear a waiting belt now.
I don't like waiting belts. I don't know why.
I don't either.
I don't really have a good reason for not liking waiting belts. Yeah. I think I don't know. I don't know. Have a good reason. So I have fallen into the river
Oh yeah.
a few times.
Yeah.
A lot.
Oh yeah.
The purpose of a wading belt is to, number one, keep us safe.
Yeah.
Keep water from going all the way down into our boots, and we become like those old mafia hit guys. Like, I'm gonna put you in the concrete boots,
totally,
and we're sinking to the bottom of the river, right? It's to do that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, it's more than that. It's keeping everything dry. You are gonna fall in the river. You're gonna fall in the river in the summer months. You're gonna fall in the spring. You're gonna fall in the fall, and you're gonna fall in the winter. And the goal really is keeping our lower extremities dry.
Oh yeah.
We have lots of different options out there, tons of options. Zach, I saw you the other day with the Sims
That
wading
thing's my
belt
favorite. I've got several. I really like that one.
You have several?
I have several wading belts because I'm
not several. The one I saw you in.
No.
Okay, because I was going to say, hook a brother up,
sure,
man. Yeah. Your current one that you've been using, it's awesome. Number
rad.
one, it's got great lumbar support, which I think is great. It has a great spot for a net.
Mm-hmm.
You can go from anything as extravagant as the one that Zach's using from Sims. You can get the fish pond ones.
Yeah, dude. Go 90s Batman style, dude. All about the utility belt, dude.
Yeah. Whatever you do, wear a wading belt.
Yeah.
It's critical this time of year. You probably will still see me in the summer months not rocking a wading belt because I'm still stupid and I still haven't fully learned my lesson. But I have been on the Deschutes. My worst day waiting on the Deschutes, it was 7 a.m. It was 32 degrees outside. I was out there with a couple of different guys, and I was walking alongside the riverbank. The riverbank gave way, and I went completely head under the water. And I was screwed. This was the very first stop on our drift that day. I had no change of clothes, which we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
I had nothing. I was soaking wet from my socks all the way up to my torso. And it was the kind of thing where you pour your waders out and it's like a cascading waterfall, and you know you're screwed for the rest of the day. I built a fire. I tried to stay warm, but I was toast that entire day. If I had a wading belt, it'd been a different story.
Yeah, way better.
Like if I had made sure that was nice and tight around my waist, I'm not going to get as wet on the lower extremities. So,
for sure.
How about you? Anything you want to touch on?
No, it's just good. It's good for safety, and like I always say, safety third.
Safety third. That's right. Plus, we don't want to die out there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
From hypothermia.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't want to be
drowning. But I have a disagreement about the drowning too, though, because like
I want to hear your disagreement.
It's not that bad.
I completely agree.
Yeah, because people always think like they think of their waders filled with water and trying to walk around on land. Yeah. That sucks. But when you're water and water, it's a net zero. You're still gonna float. There's still gonna be plenty of air pockets. Your knees are like, you don't just sink to the bottom, because I've been in over my head plenty of times.
I have as well.
And you can still completely swim. And it's not as bad. Like, it's harder to do, but it's way harder to walk when you get on land than to swim filled with water, because you're in water and you're fine.
I think this brought up a great idea of a video I want to do. How to appropriately fall in the water when you're wearing waders. But I want to completely echo what Zach says. I think the biggest thing
Knees up, back up, hold everything tight.
Do not panic when you fall.
That's the worst.
And they're going to tell you this if you go out rafting as well and you fall into the river. Just as Zach said, when you're rafting, though, you don't have waders on. But the very first thing is don't panic. The moment we start flailing our arms around and we're worried about our safety, I totally understand that. But rather than doing that, arms closed. What that's going to do is it's also going to help prevent water from getting down inside of the waders. Definitely. You have plenty of time and plenty of air for you to be buoyant in the river.
Downstream.
Yeah, feet downstream.
That's the main thing. You'll slowly just be able to
really just find your footing, and you'll be totally fine. You'll be wet, but you'll be totally fine. But I think we're going to do a video of me going completely underwater.
I'll go in too. Let's go.
In right now?
Yeah.
Not now. In the summer months where it's a little bit warmer. We're going to do some waders.
Funny. We could do some winter stuff. That'd be probably get some more views.
The ALS Ice Bucket Challenge.
Yeah, totally.
We'll do the wader challenge.
Let's do it,
okay, so that's great. Wading belts, we agree on that. Let's talk about just the last couple of hacks. Extra clothes.
You need them. Once again, Ben Glick, gonna shout him out again. He saved my life, not only because, I almost died, but I made it out. But at that point, it was, first run, I believe. It was about 30 degrees in January. We're a mile or two from my truck, and we're going to ruin a day of fishing. And I was completely done. So I stripped everything down, swam across the sand because he saved my boat. But he had a change of clothes.
Yeah.
And I didn't fit into him.
You guys aren't exactly the same
We're
size.
not the same size, no. He's a very fit young man, and I ain't. However, it saved me, and from that day on, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to start now, every day. For me, for my clients, I bring extra clothes.
I do.
You don't have to have them on a backpack with you, but in the boat, in your truck, somewhere, because either way, you're going to go in at some point. This way, you can just stay fishing.
Yep.
And especially if you're driving a couple hours to the Deschutes, you don't want to have your day ruined. Just go take care of it.
Yep.
Draft some waders, and you're going to be a lot better than you were.
100% agree with that. I've had multiple times, again, I'm stupid and I wish I learned faster. But at this point, I do always have spare clothes. So make sure that you pack extra clothes. You're going to fall in. It's bound to happen. It happens in the summer, so it's going to happen in the winter. In fact, you're probably more likely to fall in the winter than you are the summer months. Yeah. That's just Murphy's Law.
For sure.
So have an extra pair of clothes to change into. Zach, what other tips do you have for our subscribers?
Hot food, hot drinks.
Hot food, hot drinks.
Yeah, which I never do. I still drink iced coffee. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
I don't know why, but it does help so much.
It does.
Having a thermos. The Stanley.
Stanley. I mean, honestly, there's a ton of brands out there now. Yeti, Stanley, of course. And I want to make a caveat here. Don't buy Stanley from Walmart. And I don't know if we're not supposed to say things about companies, bad things about companies. But the stuff you buy at Walmart is not the same as the stuff you buy at other stores. One of the reasons why they're so cheap is because they make it cheap. And all these companies love to put their brands on things and make a dumbed down version for Walmart. So not every thermos is created equal. Spend a little bit more money on a quality thermos, or go to your grandpa's house and take one out of his cupboard, because his is probably pretty badass.
Yeah.
You have a big tip on prepping thermoses.
Oh yeah, you got to prime it. And so it makes a huge difference. Take an extra 10 minutes, boil up some water before you put your coffee or tea or stew or whatever you got going there. Pour boiling water in, close it up, let it sit for 10 minutes or so. Yeah. That's going to keep it warm. This will last days.
For sure.
It will still be steaming, and really getting, we can only do so much on the outside. Let's control what we got on the inside, man.
It's a therapy session.
Dude, I'm like, me, come fly fishing with me. It's a dipshit philosophy. It's really fun. And yeah, but there's only so many things that you can control in this world. And what goes in and out of your mouth is about kind of all that you can control. And so speak good things and put good warm things in your body.
Completely agree with that on every front. So I have thermoses. I have a Yeti one. I've got the original Stanley thermoses. They're all beat up and dented.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I'm an iron worker in the 40s. They're beat to shit, and I think that gives it some character.
Totally does.
The fish approve, and the people go out with me, look at them like that's a real dude right there. Yeah. But preheat it, get it warmed up, and I'm gonna agree. Like drinking something hot, even if it doesn't actually heat up your core temperature, which I think, I'm not a doctor, but I think it does help like heat up our core body temperature. Even if it doesn't, what it does mentally is like, man, it's warm. So
don't you ever hold a cup like this. Don't you ever do that in front of me. I'm just kidding. It's fine.
That's your hand warmer. You don't need any of the fancy electric things.
It does totally warm the hands. I just pour hot coffee straight in my lap.
Yeah, there you go. You can do that. A hot stew. I love a hot chili on a cold day.
Oh, yeah.
So and I mean hot in lots of different ways. Hot jalapenos.
Yeah, everything.
Just something that's like, man, I'm sweating just thinking about it right now.
Yeah.
But a hot chili, a hot stew, hot tea, hot cocoa, hot water. Some people like just plain hot water.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, something warm. And I'm also going to tell you, don't do alcohol on cold days.
Oh yeah, that's not good. Yeah.
If you are someone who likes to drink, a lot of us here are living the sober life. It's a great life. You should check it out. But if you're not, alcohol and cold temperatures doesn't really mix.
No, it's not really good.
Thins the blood.
It does.
If it thins the blood, it's going to mean we're going to lose body temperature a lot faster. Plus, it also kind of makes us go a little wacko. And,
yeah, I don't wade so well on the Deschutes. Yeah.
People don't drive well on alcohol. Yeah. They don't walk well, and they certainly don't wade well. So stay away from the alcohol. Maybe save that for your nightcap when you get home and you're all safe and dry and warm. But yeah, stay away from that and instead drink nice hot drinks, and nice hot meals will help. Last but not least, you can always build a fire.
Yep. Bring a heater in your boat, little buddy.
Bring little buddies in your boat. Build a fire. If you do build a fire, bring your own firewood. It's a big thing. Yeah. Take care of the natural environment. Let nature do its thing. You know, you see all those fallen down trees and twigs and everything on the Deschutes, and you're like, oh, there's plenty of wood. That's all also great habitat for birds and worms and insects, and that's all part of the natural ecology. So bring your own campfire wood. Super affordable at your local gas station or just about anywhere. So I do like to have a fire in the winter months. It's one of the greatest things about the winter months is you can be various different places, not have to worry about setting an entire canyon on fire. But they also do make some pretty cool portable campfires that are propane that actually put out a lot of heat now.
Oh, definitely. I actually have one of yours.
You do. Will you give it back to me for crying out loud?
It's filled with water. Sorry. I'll check that out.
You're all good. But that's another great option. So build yourself a fire. Again, just the mere thought of a fire makes you feel warm and cozy. And sometimes we just got to dupe this brain.
Oh, man, yeah.
And it goes a long ways. So, Zach, I think we have pretty much covered everything. Is there any other hack that you can give?
Nah, I don't think so, man. Just slow down, pay attention, get out there, stay warm, and have some fun. Catch some fish.
The most important thing that I want to say is there is no reason, now that we've given you all these tools, there is absolutely no reason for people to get out and fish.
Get out there.
Fly fishing is good all winter long on all of your local rivers. Man, in Colorado, they fish in the middle of what we think is cold weather. They're out there like living it up. So if you are wondering, can I fish when it's cold? The answer is yes, you can and you should. It is a great escape. Let's be honest, we're getting into the winter months. People deal with a lot of depression in the winter months. The best medicine I have ever found
is fish.
For dealing with depression, anxiety, those things that the world seems to really struggle with right now is getting out of your circumstances, getting out of your situation. It's not going to solve the problems, but getting out onto a river, getting out onto a lake, convening with nature, spending time with friends. Zach and I just got it done on the river yesterday. It's, spending time on the water with you is always one of my greatest favorite things to do. It's better than drugs. It's better than alcohol. It's better than anything that I have found to treat kind of some of those negative thoughts, those obtrusive thoughts. So don't use the cold weather, the rain, the shorter days as a reason to not get out and fish. No. Get out there.
Absolutely.
Well, I think that wraps up everything for our cold weather season and how we as guides and people who fish year-round prepare for these days. And so we really want to appreciate you for watching this. We want to encourage you to get out there. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button because we have got a ton of content coming your way from how-to videos. We've got some videos coming out on news coming up in the industry, so we're super excited to share that with you. Again, hit that subscribe button. We're going to continue to bring the content that you are looking for on Fly Fishing Unfiltered. So until then, we'll see you the next time on Fly Fishing Unfiltered.